Hi, I'm Ron Chaney. You're here with Groovey.TV, and we're in Colorado at the Mile High Horror Film Festival. Great to be here. Woo!
Hey, this is Groovey. I'm here with Ron Chaney at the Mile High Horror Film Festival, Alamo Draft House, Denver, Colorado. How the heck you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome. It's great to be back in Colorado. It's where my family roots are. So
I saw that.
Chaney's are back in Colorado.
Aren't you originally from the family from the Springs?
Yes, Lon Chaney Sr. was born in Colorado Springs, and actually his parent, step back a time, his grandparents started the School for the Deaf in Colorado Springs, Colorado School of the Deaf and Blind.
Holy crap.
In 1875.
Talk about a history here, man. That's awesome.
So we are back.
Where did the family all move to California at some point, or?
We did, early stage days. That's when he started off.
Yeah.
They were, basically barnstormed across America in the early 1900s. Had a lot of difficulties, some successes, but mostly failures, and ended up in California, where they eventually relocated and lived.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to persevere through everything when awesomeness at some point starts happening.
But Colorado was always his home. He loved to fly fish, and the mountains were his getaway.
Right on. So, do you come back to vacation a lot, or just for the conventions?
Actually, I have some family here, but we're here for the show here this weekend. But I do have family, so hopefully they'll visit me this weekend while I'm here. And I love Colorado. I mean, if I live in California now, but if I was to relocate, it'd probably be to Colorado.
That's a badass place. So you got to tell me, what was it like growing up in such a legendary family, I guess?
Well, interesting enough, a lot of my friends didn't even know I was related when I was young, but, when we would go visit my grandfather and he would tell stories about the different movies he was in, it was pretty cool, I mean, not too many people, I guess, not a whole lot of people can say the Wolfman's your grandfather, or the Phantom of the Opera or Hunchback, and so we have a diverse background for sure.
Yeah, that is so cool. What was it like seeing the very first film you saw of your grandfather's? What ran through your mind?
Well, he was in so many movies. He really was. A lot of westerns. I mean, he was all over the map. He's remembered for, of course, The Wolfman and Lenny of Mice and Men. Right. Lenny, I'd have to say Mice and Men was the one. I didn't see him as my grandfather anymore. I saw him as the character, so it was kind of sad. And then when I showed my own kids, they cried. My daughters cried when he died at the end. But I'd see him on different programs, and he, growing up, he would talk about Wolfman and things he did, stunts and people he met and friends of his. So it was always really cool. I mean,
that's really cool.
Like I said, how many people would say, "Hey, my grandma, watch out, full moon." Oh shit, you cry in a full moon. We gotta hide.
You win, man. You. Awesome. So you're actually doing Q&A for Phantom of the Opera tonight, is it? Or?
We are doing, I'm here for the Phantom of the Opera tomorrow night. They're having live accompaniment, and they're handing me a Life Achievement Award for film for both Lon Jr. and Sr., which is so cool,
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, and just the fact that the state and the festival is honoring them is an honor for us. My daughter's here with me, so yeah. And then I'm doing, actually, a week from tomorrow, I'm doing my own 90th anniversary screening of The Phantom in Hollywood at the Egyptian Theater. And awesome. In our family archives, I have the original piano and violin score, so we're doing the 25 version of The Phantom next Saturday. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Well, we got a lot of Hollywood friends, so you got to check this out. Where was it again?
It's going to be at the Egyptian Theater, October 10th. 4 o'clock, and it's part of the Beyond Fest Film Festival at the Egyptian Theater.
Okay, that's so cool. So what's coming up next for you? What are y'all working on?
Well, that foremost is on the front of my plate here, but I have I've written a few scripts lately.
Cool.
You guys will like this since I'm in Colorado. I actually wrote a commercial for Coors Light, and it is called Silver Bullets. hopefully it'll see the light of day. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool, you know, as a little play on the thing, and it seemed fitting, so it kind of came with it. But I have written a couple of scripts. One actually kind of is somewhat of a sequel to the Wolfman called Curse of the Wolfman.
Okay.
It's all based on my family, kind of, you know. I did a Western horror film I wrote a while back called Phantom Rider.
Okay.
And then more recently, I rewrote London After Midnight, the lost film, as a new script. And I was in New York trying to get it produced. And so we're working on a lot of different projects right now.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Are you doing any acting? 'Cause I saw you've got some IMDb action there.
A bit, you know. I kind of designed some of these scripts that I can play a part in them.
Cool.
I don't know if that'll end up happening, but I've been doing test makeups. And I have a very similar bone structure to my great-grandfather. And so the makeup tends to take to me pretty close. I did a vampire. I've done a Wolfman. I just recently did a Phantom for this upcoming show. You know, it's kind of fun. I like getting in the makeup and taking on a different persona.
That's so cool. So is there anything else you're into besides the whole film, movie, action?
You know,
Hobbies and stuff?
Hobbies. I've always liked sports.
Yeah.
Strange enough for a film, but I did a lot of coaching for my kids, and basketball, football, baseball, but those are my hobbies, and I like to fish, so Colorado's kind of cool to come, and it's kind of a family tradition because my grandfather was a great fisherman, my dad, and my great-grandfather as well. I've got photos dating back into the 1800s, early 1900s of, you know, that's been passed down through the family, and my ultimate goal is to finish a book my grandfather started called A Century of Cheneys, which his basis starts here in Colorado. I talk about the foundation because of my great-grandfather's parents were both deaf mutes, which is why the school got started, and you know, just doing things about the back history of my family leading into the films. And then I just try to do my best to preserve and perpetuate this great legacy I've been left.
Which is incredible. I mean, it's an incredible legacy. It is.
You know, I never really thought of it that much growing up because Gramps never really thought of it that way. Awful lot. I think he thought people forgot about him, you know, as time processed on. And so when I do events like this and other shows here and there, I'm just blown away by the fans that they still have to this day, and what an impact they had on so many people, filmmakers, directors, actors, in every other area of the entertainment business. It's pretty amazing.
Creature creators, monster makers, everything. Like everyone loves what, you know, your family has done. It's incredible.
Yeah, I got a lot going on. You know, we got to make them come to fruition, and hopefully we got something in the works. It could be very cool. I can't, a little undercover right now, but it would be.
Can you do possibly like some interpretive dance or something?
Well, no, but we'll just have to say it has to do with stage.
Oh, okay.
Which is what his basis, both my great-grandmother and Lon Chaney, and my grandfather too, because he went on stage for Born Yesterday, and then again, of course, of Mice and Men, which led to the film role.
Right. So awesome, man. Thank you so much for your time. Cheers.
It's groovy to be here, man.
It's Colorado. It's got to be groovy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a mile high, man.
It was groovy. I'm here with Ron Chaney at the Mile High Horror Film Festival, Alamo Draft House, Denver, Colorado. Bye.